things have changed so much with us working online and working
Yes.
remotely. What are some of the benefits of that? They're fairly obvious, I think,
Yes.
for some things, but then
Yes,
they've also got their own complications.
they
So
do.
you want to tell
Yes.
us a little bit about building a remote team?
Yes. So, as we all know, through COVID, everyone got to experience working remotely to some extent or another.
Yeah.
And that has benefits because you save all that time in the traffic, and it's a bit easier to do the work and to focus and to concentrate potentially. If you're building a remote team, one of the issues can be, how do I build that sort of interpersonal relationship that can breed innovation?
Yeah.
And it's very hard to do that on a sort of virtual meeting platform,
Yes.
because in an office environment, not that office environments are perfect, but in an office environment, I can lean over the cubicle and say, oh, how do I do this? And someone will just show me. On the way to get a cup of coffee, I'll bump into someone and say, what are you working on? And they'll tell me, and I go, oh, actually, we're doing something similar. And so then you get these kind of synergies that develop through people's interaction. It's difficult to replicate that remotely. So that's something to be aware of.
Well, one of the things that I've found working both remotely and in person is that there are a lot of incidental conversations that
Yes.
you have
Yes.
when you are in person.
Yes.
And when you're working remotely, it tends to be much more transactional. We've
Yes.
got an official meeting.
Yes.
We're going to go for 30 minutes for 1 hour.
Yes.
And this is our agenda. And so it tends to be much more functional.
Yes.
And so there's a bit less of the, I mean, apart from the interpersonal interactions, there's a bit less, just even from the business side, there can be, it can be a bit lost there.
Yes. I think that's a good point, because when you're working remotely, it sometimes feels difficult to feel engaged with the business. It's like, well,
Yeah.
I don't get to experience that camaraderie, or I don't get to feel like I'm really part of the business. It's like, well, I hop on my laptop and I do whatever I need to do.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, like some of those important conversations that happen more naturally face to face
Yeah.
just don't happen at all. So people can feel like quite detached.
Yes.
And that can be very demotivating. So even like
Yeah.
I don't even feel like putting work in, because I can't see that anyone's
Nobody,
paying any
no one's
attention.
noticing.
No one said thanks. So
Yeah.
and also if you've got a more difficult relationship, so say for example you're trying to manage someone who's remote, it's kind of hard to have a conversation about you need to lift your game
Yeah.
on a Zoom meeting or a Teams meeting or a Google Meet.
Yeah. Yeah. So there are pluses and minuses with the remote. What are some of the pluses when you're building a remote team? What are some of the things that could work out really well?
Yeah. So I think people can be more effective and perhaps more efficient, because they don't have to drive to and from wherever it is. So there's that element. Also, it can be good for businesses who need to have a kind of almost like an audit trail of what's been done, because sometimes you can get, this happened and this happened and this happened. So that can be helpful.
Yeah.
I think also it's easier for people to have a break in their own home, just sort of go grab a coffee,
For sure.
de-stress,
That's right.
and then come back to work.
Yeah.
So that can actually mean that it's more sustainable than perhaps having to drive for hours, or not being able to get out of the work environment as easily. I think the other thing is that you can have national and international team members with a remote team.
Yeah.
So that can be very helpful, because there are perhaps different ways of doing things, or different availability. So if someone rings, they get someone in one country, they ring at a different time, they get someone in another country, but it's a 24-hour service as far as the customer is concerned. And then also prices can vary. So again, you can have different currencies have different prices, so you can get someone who perhaps is a little bit cheaper than they might be elsewhere. And so there's some benefits like that.
Yeah, sure.
I hope you enjoyed that video. Please check out my website, dominicmclaughlin.com, and check out my free course on businessleaderslab.com.